Hey, what's going on everybody? Corey from My2Cents, and today we got another screen protector for you for the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge in my quest to find the perfect protector. This one is from Spigen. It's a curved crystal, so it's curved to fit the screen for the Galaxy S7 Edge. It's a dry install, so kind of like the Armor Suit military shield that we've done in the past, the D&P. We'll check out this one and see how it feels and looks compared to the others. So we have the instructions right off the bat. It's telling us what to do. Looks like it comes with some Hinge stickers to help us install the screen. We'll take a little bit closer look at those, and I guess that's why you're watching the video, is to not read the instructions, right? So let's see what comes in the package. We actually have two protectors. We have two curved front protectors, and you can see right on the edges it curves a little bit to hopefully give it a little bit more stick along the edge of the device. A little bit easier installation than what we might have seen with some of the wet protectors. Here's our second one. Inside it comes with some dust removal stickers, a wet wipe or a lens cleaner, some round stickers, and a squeegee. So what we're going to do is take the wipe and clean the phone, and then attach these round stickers to the protector, help us stick it down, and remove the back. We can squeegee out the protector and dust remove before we put the protector on. Let's go ahead and use our wet wipe to clean the phone. Now, it's not extremely wet like you see with a lot of other alcohol wipes, which is actually quite nice. You don't have to use a microfiber cloth to dry it up. Use our dust removal sticker to pull up any dust. Try not to push it down too hard, else you're going to get stuck on your phone. You can also do this right before you install the protector. So we have our round stickers. We're going to use these and put them on the protector on the top and the bottom, one by the home button, one by the earpiece. This is going to help us align the protector. So we're going to use a hinge method to install this. So first one I've seen exactly like this, but we'll give it a whirl and see how it works out for us. So just lightly pressing the sticker down, aligning the top portion. So that's actually kind of a cool little idea. Worked out quite well at this point. So now what we're going to do is pull up the bottom portion here, and these are pretty sticky stickers. And what we're basically going to do is dust remove again, and then pull the backing off of the screen protector, and it's stuck on there pretty good. Now what I should have done is pulled off the additional tab on the yellow sticker and folded it down. You can see it popped off, but that's not a big deal. You can actually just use these as alignment stickers as well, which is what I ended up doing, and it worked out great for me. So we're just going to use these to line the device up, put it down. You'll see it stick right on. We have our bubbles here, so it is using a silicone style adhesive, so you can push the bubbles out. It's not as forgiving as the D&P, but it still worked out quite well. So they still have the front portion of the protector on, so you can use a squeegee to help get these bubbles out. They're stubborn. I find one of the easiest things to use is your fingers, to be honest with you. Really what you have to do is just push them towards the edge of the protector until they are squished out. Now, if you can use the squeegee, but it's a harder style kind of paper / plastic squeegee. It doesn't necessarily work the way that I'd like it to. I need something a little bit softer and can grip it a little bit more. You can also wrap it in the wet portion, and that might help get a little bit better grip onto the bubbles you're pushing out. But honestly, when it comes down to it, sometimes the finger just works better. Basically what we're going to do now is remove all of the bubbles possible. And one thing that happens to a lot of dry protectors is they usually have this front protector on it, so you're going to squish out all the bubbles you can. But then when you remove it, it's just going to pull the protector back up and create a whole bunch of new bubbles. So you may just want to do a decent job and then pull it off and then try again. You can see right here, as I pull the front portion of it off, it just re-lifts itself and creates a whole bunch of new bubbles underneath the protector. Now you may not want to use a squeegee on just the bare protector itself. You don't want to put any dings or dents into it. So I'm just going to use my fingers to push all of these out of the phone, just pushing them towards the edge. One thing that I noticed is sometimes the bubbles on the edge didn't want to basically remove themselves by just pushing them to the edge. I had to push them down towards the bottom or top of the device to get the edge bubbles out. You can see it's being a little bit tricky right here. They just don't want to pop out, so pushing them downwards make it a little bit easier. And I think the reason behind that is the protector goes all the way to the right to the edge of the bezel on the phone. It's not creating enough gap for the air to escape. So we're just going to spend some time to get all of these bubbles out. Since this is a dry protector, there's not a lot of curing time. Nothing's really going to disappear over time. So you want to get them all out right at the very beginning. So if you want to, you can use the squeegee. A cloth might help you also. And these little tiny bubbles are usually the trickiest to get out. Sometimes they just don't want to move. Sometimes they're actually a tiny piece of dust underneath the protector. And if that's the case, just rub your finger in a circle around the bubble and it will disappear. So now that we have it done, we have it installed. And I've got to say, this looks really, really nice. I mean, in some of these images here, you can't even tell that it's installed. You can barely see it around the edge of the phone. One nice thing out is it doesn't circle all the way around the home button, so if you're using the Gear VR, it's not going to mess up your screen protector, something we saw on some of the other protectors that we've installed on the phone. So that is also quite nice. I'm glad they thought ahead in that. So it's got the cutouts for a case as well. We'll take a look at that in just a few seconds. But the actual protector itself feels really, really smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest ones that I've seen or used. It doesn't have that orange pill effect you see on some of the self-healing protectors, which is quite nice. I'm really, really happy with the way that this went on and the feel of it after. It feels almost like you're touching glass. It doesn't have the same kind of cold feeling to it, but it definitely feels much better than a lot of the other protectors that I have tried. Let's grab a case here real quick and let's throw it on the phone and see if the protector wants to lift off. So this is actually a Spigen case. This is the rugged armor. No issues along the sides of the phone. So honestly, I'm gonna have to give this a solid 5 stars. I mean, it really went on nice. It feels great. So overall, it's a really good protector. I'll put the product link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.